Welcome to the Goal Coach. I am Carrie Marshall, your certified master goal coach. And today we are talking about something that is really important to me. And that is the fine line between bragging, being full of yourself, and genuine self confidence. Now, we're diving deep into this topic because I really want to talk about having your own back, especially as women who often feel this pressure to downplay the accomplishments and achievements that we have. So, I want to start with this question. When was the last time you felt truly proud of an accomplishment, but you hesitated to share about it? Maybe you thought, I don't want to come across as bragging, or what will people think of me, or even it's just not that great. And so, why would I share about it? This type of dialogue, this inner dialogue, is so common, particularly among women, because we've been conditioned to believe that being confident is synonymous with being arrogant. Now, this whole thing about these two being like basically twins of each other, confidence and arrogance, is so far from the truth. So, today, what we're going to talk about is we're going to go ahead and unpack why this is a misconception and how we can actually explore and embrace success and have it inspire ourselves and maybe even others. Ultimately, my goal is to help build a culture of mutual support and respect where we really can just encourage each other to go after those big goals and dreams and not feel like celebrating wins is an arrogant act. So, first, let's differentiate between bragging and self confidence. Bragging really is when someone boasts about their achievements in a way that puts others down or seeks to elevate themselves at someone else's expense. Now, notice that bragging isn't about talking about your achievement, it's about the way that you're talking about your achievement. Is it putting someone else down or seeking to elevate at someone else's expense? So let's kind of give an example of this. Let's say that there's a kid that just made it to student council. So bragging would be, hey, did you know I just made student council and so didn't? That is a type of bragging. Or, hey, I was able to do this when everyone else wasn't able to get where I am. Once again, that's bragging. It's driven by insecurity and a need for external validation. Now, on the other hand, self confidence is about owning your achievement with grace and humility. It's recognizing your worth without diminishing the values of others. So let's go back to that example that I just used. You just made student council. And so instead of just bragging about it, you're going to be like, hey, I wanted to share this with you. I just made student council and I'm so excited about it. Already, can you see the shift in energy between bragging and being self confident? In both of those instances, we're going out and telling people about something that we've achieved, but there's just a different underlying tone of how we're going to actually talk about it. So when you're confident, you don't need to compare yourself to others or anyone else because you're not looking for validation. You understand that the success doesn't take away from someone else. There's enough room for everyone to shine, and this might just be something that you're shining at. So I want to kind of share a story of one of my clients. She is someone that is a self-made millionaire. She's done it on her own. And it's been really interesting this whole time that I've been coaching her for the past 2 years to watch, number one, her hit that accomplishment of becoming a millionaire. But number two is to watch how many times she's pulled back from actually acknowledging the achievement itself. And so, one of the things that we've been working on is really working on self confidence with achievement, understanding what I just talked about, which is like confidence means that we're not putting anyone down and we're not looking for validation. It truly just means I legitimately just did this thing and I want to share it because I think it's pretty rad. And it's not about needing validation, it's really about just understanding that there are people out there that want to shine, help me shine in my success, and that actually is sometimes really fun. Now, I believe that women in particular have been taught to downplay themselves. If you're in my sphere, one of my biggest pet peeves is when we can't just own up to the things that we've done and that we can't just say thank you. That women sometimes will be like, "Oh, Debbie, I heard that you did this thing." And she's like, "Oh, well, it's nothing. Oh, well, Susan did this and this and this. So what I did was so small." I was actually just at a bridal shower the other day, and I watched this whole interaction between the bride, the mom of the bride and the mom of the groom. And it was like this weird interaction of like, "Oh, well, it's nothing. She did this." And then the other one, the other mom was like, "Oh, well, don't you even think about it. It was nothing." And I'm like, "Stop it, both of you. Both of you stop trying to put off that you've done something really awesome for your kids. You've put on this gorgeous party. Like, say thank you so much. We're so proud of these kids." That's it. You can see I can get on a soapbox about it. It really drives me crazy. So remember that this is something that we've been almostly like we've seen examples of it. We've been taught as women that we downplay ourselves because we think that it's being modest and that we're deflecting compliments because it makes us seem humble. Stop it. That is not a thing. And we're going to stop that right now because y'all are driving me crazy with it. So you can kind of see that we're often encouraged to be modest and humble. And so what we do is we deflect compliments. We attribute our success to luck, to the universe, to another mom on PTA. And we don't look at our hard work and skills. And we don't just say, like, "Yes, I did that. Thank you so much." This mindset is not helpful. It's not helpful for you. It's not helpful for our women, our community of women. And it's definitely not helpful for the generation coming up. It prevents us from fully stepping into our own power and showing the world what we're capable of. And like I said, it doesn't show our next generation of women coming up, young girls, teenagers, how to actually be self confident and, like I said, show us what we're capable of and show what a community of supportive women looks like. So, ladies, it's time to change that narrative. Just because you acknowledge your strength and accomplishment doesn't mean that you're thinking less of someone else. And it doesn't mean that you are arrogant, boastful, all of those bragging, all of those things. In fact, it means you're setting a powerful example for others to follow. So here's a simple exercise. I want you to think about something you've achieved recently that you're proud of. Now, I want you to imagine sharing that achievement with a friend or a colleague. How does it feel? Are you uncomfortable? Are you excited? Now, remember, it's okay to feel proud. It's okay to share your success. When you do share your success, you're not just lifting yourself up, but you're giving others permission to celebrate their own victories too. I've absolutely seen this happen with a group of my friends, is that we allow each other to be amazing and be awesome women. And then when we come to like our text message thread or whatever, and we're like, "Hey, I just did this amazing thing." Like I was able to put in there, like, "Hey, I just published my book." And I was like, "I am really proud of this. Like, this is the hard work that went into publishing this book." And it was really incredible to see all these other women that were like, "Oh my gosh, you're amazing. Awesome. So proud of you." And once again, then like right behind that, another woman did that. And she's like, "Hey, I love that we're celebrating our own successes. Here's what I've done." And I love that. It is amazing to be able to do that. Having your own back means that you're your biggest cheerleader. You're not looking for that outside validation. It means that you recognize your value and not waiting for someone else to validate you. It feels good. And that's what I think I've talked about this before, but validation always feels good. But that doesn't mean that that's the only thing that we're looking for. We're looking to validate our own selves. And then if somebody says, like, "Way to go, that was awesome," you're like, "Thank you. Thank you so much for seeing." This also means that standing firm in our own self worth, even when it's uncomfortable. So I want you to think about why sitting in achievement is uncomfortable for you. If that can be something really hard to actually focus on and see. And this doesn't just happen with women, by the way. I'm just using a lot of these examples because I see it mostly in women, but it absolutely happens for men too. We have to be willing to sit with our accomplishments, even when it feels uncomfortable. So, how do we practice this in our daily lives? I want to give you a couple of tips today so that we can really focus on sitting in our confidence and knowing our own self worth, and then being able to actually acknowledge and celebrate it. So, first, number one, accept compliments gracefully. When someone compliments you and you want to resist it, downplay it, divert it to someone else, I simply want you to look at the person and say, thank you. It really is that easy. Number two, I want you to celebrate your wins. Keep a journal of your achievements. This can be big and small achievements, but I want you to reflect regularly on the things that you're winning at. What is going really well? Take pride in progress. And I love that. I love doing the take pride in progress. And I just did a post about that the other day. Number three, support other people who are winning. Now, this could be a group of women like my text thread, or it can be just people in your life. Celebrate the success of people around you. Lift each other up and create a culture of mutual encouragement. This can be at work, it can be in your home, it really could be anywhere. Number four, positive affirmations. Now, if you read my book, How to Dream Wild, you know that I talk about how affirmations really need to hit home for you. You can't just say a phrase that still feels silly to you and have it make sense. So you need to start with actual affirmations that feel good for you. Reinforce how capable you are. Remind yourself daily that you deserve success and that you're doing the work to get there. Now, finally, and this one's kind of crazy, but you need to set boundaries. You want to surround yourself with people that support and uplift you. And that means that you're not going to celebrate with everybody. You might need to distance yourself from those people that are a little bit negative, and they might not even be negative. They might just not care. They might be very neutral and be like, okay, you're talking about your book again. Okay. That just means that it's time for you to set boundaries and be like, yeah, I love my high school friends and I don't talk to them about my book. It's totally fine. That's just a boundary that I have because I know that it is not a really uplifting, positive experience. So remember, being self confident and having your own back is not about thinking you're better than anybody else. It's about knowing your worth and standing tall, like I say, staking your claim in your truth. As we continue to pursue these big, wild dreams of yours, let's commit to embracing to your achievements and inspiring others to do the same. I hope you've loved joining me today on the podcast. I'm your goal coach. If you need any help going after those big goals, contact me. You can message me on Instagram. You can DM me over there. You can email me at coachwithcarrie@gmail.com. And if you've enjoyed this podcast, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with somebody that could really use a confidence boost. Keep reaching out for those wild dreams. And remember, you've got this. Till next time, I'm Carrie Marshall, and I will see you later. Bye.